BCM Atlantic was a Canadian shrimping ship that was launched in 1973. A modest-sized ship, it had a gross tonnage of 877, a length of 183 feet, and a width of 36 feet. The ship had a welded steel hull and a maximum speed of 14.5 knots, which was powered by a diesel engine, and a crew of 25. The ship was renamed a few times, which is why the image you see has the name Seafridge Petrel. It didn't become the BCM Atlantic until 1980. The ship typically spent about 300 days a year out at sea. The ship had a seemingly successful and normal career which spanned 27 years until it tragically sank on March 18, 2000, in the Labrador Sea, about 150 miles east of Labrador, Canada. There was heavy snow and significant sea ice in the area where the BCM Atlantic was operating, which was expected based on weather reports. A crew member was on lookout for ice but did not see anything of significance within the vicinity of the ship. The bridge was also monitoring for ice on their radars. At approximately 3:30 a.m., in the process of shrimping, the ship was turned at a speed of 6 to 7 knots. As the turn was completed, the sound of an impact was heard by some of the crew. The chief engineer immediately went below deck to inspect the engine room and encountered significant flooding on the left side near a bulkhead between the engine room and cargo hold. The length of the hole was about 3 feet, but the width could not be determined. Another member of the crew reported flooding at the right end of the fish hold bulkhead as well. Bilge alarms activated within the engine room and the engineer started the bilge pumps. After a short time, the engineer determined that the pumps would not be able to exceed the flooding in the engine room, and he informed the bridge the ship was going down and that they had about 20 minutes before losing all lighting. The ship's master made the difficult decision to abandon ship as soon as possible and sent out a mayday message. The general alarm was sounded and the crew went around the cabins to alert and help each other put on immersion suits to protect them from the Arctic conditions of the snow squall. All of the crew except 3, including the master, abandoned ship in life rafts. The master and 2 others remained on board until the lights went out, as expected, 20 minutes after collision. In the rough seas, the life rafts drifted away from the ship. This forced the remaining crew members to jump into the ocean so they could be pulled into the rafts. The master had not fully zipped up his suit in the panic of the emergency and thus suffered severe cold effects from the sub-zero temperatures. It was reported that one crew member had no shoes on, which indicates this was a high-stress and hurried emergency. It should also be noted that the air temperature was 12 degrees Fahrenheit. The crew attributed their quick and relatively smooth abandoning of ship to the 2 boat drills they had to perform before embarking. It should be noted that the majority of crew, especially the master and engineer, had significant experience operating in these icy conditions. An air rescue by helicopter was not possible due to an ice storm. Several fishing vessels in the area responded to the mayday and the fishing vessel Fame, which was closest to the BCM Atlantic, was tasked to travel to the distressed location. Estimated arrival was 3 to 4 hours depending on ice conditions. Fame reported to the Coast Guard that they had recovered all members of the ship at 8:46 a.m. All were in good condition except the master, who had mild hypothermia. It was later confirmed that the BCM Atlantic sank about 4.5 hours after the collision with the sea ice. I will likely create another video about the importance of the BCM Atlantic in the future. Thanks for watching.